So if you don't know me, my name is Gigi. Most people know me as Gigi, but my name is Nicole. I'm originally from Tennessee, and it is a place where we grow azaleas. So the whole don't judge me but thing is not because I'm Southern. What? But you'll do that anyway, because you're North Dakotans and Minnesotans, you bastards. Okay. I'm not from here. My husband is from Oaks. And when I moved up here to be with him, I said, okay, well, we have to have a Southern garden. I have to have a Southern garden. I'm Southern. I wear wide-brimmed hats, and I play in the dirt. That's what women do down there. Drink mint juleps, get drunk about 2. It's just the way we do things. I have to have a garden. Well, what do you want in this garden? Well, I have to have azaleas. Azaleas don't grow up here. Well, azaleas. So we found somebody who said, azaleas will grow in Minnesota. They don't grow in Minnesota. That's the short of the long. They don't grow here. But I was told that this particular variety would grow in Minnesota. So we bought them. We bought 6 of them. 3 on one side, 3 on the other side of the house. They were lovely and beautiful colors until I forgot to water them one day. And if you've ever grown azaleas, if you're from the South or if you've ever been in a place where they grow azaleas, they have to have lots and lots of water. So I was like, oh God, forgot to water them. Must go water. And again, those of you who know me, I own Gigi's Azaleas. So I went and turned the sprinklers on, turned the spigot up, and let them go. Watering back and forth. Watering them back and forth. And I went in the house, took my shower, took the dog out, did my thing, and went to the kitchens. Guess who didn't turn off the spigot? For 3 hours. My azaleas got good and wet. But the worst part of the story is, and this is kind of the funny, okay, so to turtle all together, this is how I thought I knew Laura. She knows this story already. And when I thought that I knew Laura because of this story, you know that moment when you go, and your ass cheeks go like this? But then I thought, well, shit, she's not gonna care. But she's gonna care. And I thought she'd judge me, but she doesn't. So my husband, our bedroom is in the basement. The azaleas are in front of the basement. And he sleeps midnights, or he works midnights, so he sleeps during the day. The moment I remembered that it was 3 hours ago that I had turned the water on and I was at the kitchens, at Square One Kitchens, I ran 3 red lights, almost hit a lady crossing the street to get to my house in Moorhead to turn off the spigot. About the same time his feet hit the ground in the puddle about that deep. All over our basement. So, of course, his first word was, fuck. And, Nicole! And I'm like, I'm sorry. What else can you do at that moment? I had a 2.5-inch puddle of soppy, dirty, nasty water in my basement where we sleep. So you call someone to remove the water. I thought we had called your company. Turns out we had called another company. So that's where I didn't embarrass myself. But then again, I went and told her the story anyway. So if I were the type of person to get embarrassed by what I'm getting ready to tell you, that's where I would have gotten embarrassed. So these people come, really good-looking guys. I'm telling you what, they are some interesting, yummy. You grow them really well here. You know, those guys that can move shit. So, all right, simmer down over there. So these guys show up in like 10, 15 minutes of me calling, sobbing because I had ruined our house. Our brand new house, by the way. We had just moved into the place. And come clean the water up. I'm a horrible wife. And they show up like 15 minutes later, and they're like, yep, no problem. We can move this, we can move that, we can get it all out of the way. We can make it happen. And so I left. I was like, good. And I went upstairs and made dinner for my husband, and they were all off doing their thing, my son and my husband, and the guys come upstairs and they're like, well, we've got these blowers in here, we've got this in here, we've pulled all the carpet up, all the padding up, it'll be gone, we'll be good in like a day and a half. I'm like, yay! And we're all talking, just like I'm talking to you guys, and you're watching me, but this is kind of awkward. But anyway, they're talking back. And then they leave. And I go downstairs to kind of assess the situation. And I'm throwing blankets. I throw the blankets back on our king-size bed, and there lays a bright pink dildo that I know was not on the bed before. And I'm not talking a bright pink dildo. I'm talking a bright pink dildo that does this thing on one end and this thing on the other end that used to be in a box. Sorry, Martha. Yet. Your mom's not gonna let me play with you anymore. Okay, so anyway, this used to be in a box with several other toys that are not for children. Do you really make me tell them? No. All right, God. You told me you weren't ashamed. I told you what? You told me you weren't ashamed. I'm not ashamed. It's just you're Minnesotan. And North Dakotan, and I'm not. All right, again, part of the story is I'm from Tennessee, and I lived in Atlanta for a very long time. And when I lived in Atlanta, part of the jobs that I had was being a dominatrix. So there are many toys that belong to me. That belong to me. So, but the best part of this story is that these men found these things at some point during their moving of things, and they discreetly put this box of stuff on my bed under the blankets, and then proceeded to have a conversation with me upstairs like nothing happened. And then I had to call them back in the morning. I then knew that they had found it and not said anything. And I was like, these are the coolest fuckers ever. But then, again, I didn't realize that I hadn't been talking to her the entire time until after I met her, and she's like, no, that's not my company. And I'm like, oh, shit. Wait, I just told you the whole story. So that's not you, but you still didn't judge me. Because you guys are probably the coolest people I know. So, don't judge me, but I have a huge box full of dildos and sex toys under my bed that people will find if you are not careful.